So right now I'd like to talk about gold site surveys. You know, where would I find gold on this site? Hi, I'm Prospector Jess. I'm here from Hunting for Gold, and I'm here to help you find more gold. On our page, Hunting for Gold, on Facebook, we have a question and answer area. So Grant asked, where would you dig? And William answered, that bar on the left side of the shot, or the picture. You see the bar is this red curve that goes around all the sand and gravel that's piled up in the center of the stream bed as it curves around the corner. Let's take a closer look at this site and some of the attributes of various places on it. At first, it just looked like an ordinary meandering stream, heading around the corner and turning to the left. But if you look a little closer, you're going to see a few things. Like this pile of gravel on the side here. You notice how the rocks are sharp and how the soil that's basically forming that riverbank is all dusty and uncompacted and unconcreted? That's an important clue we'll talk about a little later. But basically what it indicates is that you might find some gold under there, but not likely, because this was all laid down in a flood. And when it laid down, the flood settled the gold below this. This is what we would call overburden. This section over here, you notice the rounded cobbles? Those would indicate that those have been in the stream bed floating around for a while, getting rounded instead of this angular appearance over here. That's an important little factor, a clue that you want to keep in mind when you look at a stream bed or a site. Now that rounding and the size of the cobbles would also indicate that somewhere along in here is where some larger gold particles might settle out as it curves around the corner, driven by what we call the helical flow. You'll find that in a report I have elsewhere. Now, I want to call your attention to these two trees in the background. Actually, it's three trees. This one right here and these two connected together, all intertwined. Those trees are being eroded at their base into the stream bed. They, over the years, may have locked in some prior gold that got trapped in their roots. That's an important place to look for gold down underneath them in this area here and in this area right here. You want to make sure you don't disturb the trees, but you can still look where the roots have been eroded and check to see if there aren't nuggets locked in. That's a great place for metal detecting, for example. But I want to call your attention to another area that's kind of not quite as visible. You see back in the forest there's a lower section, lower than the stream bed is currently, but the stream doesn't flow through it. Now imagine what this looks like if the stream were flooding. This whole area would fill in and the water would rush down through here and probably cross over this roadbed back here, downstream here somewhere, flowing in the same general direction. But the fact is that the water, the heavy flood waters, would go out and settle through here and would have done so a long time ago. In fact, the stream is actually eroding its way into this bank, but may have flowed through here in times prehistoric, so to speak. And it's important to keep that in mind when you're looking at streams. You're not just looking where it flows now. Think flood, and then think where it might have flowed before. And part of what you want to look for are the different layers in these areas here to see if you see any rounded cobbles or compacting, concreting of the material. That would tell you an ancient flow, something to keep your eyes out for. So, where would you dig? This has been Prospector Jess asking you this question. Thanks, Grant, for bringing it up. It's a good idea. And thanks, William, for engaging. Look forward to more of this from the rest of you guys out there on Hunting for Gold. And that's our gold site survey for today. Thanks a lot, and good prospecting. Prospector Jess, over and out.